zusammen, schön, dass ihr da seid beim Developer Day, heute an der Games Academy. Heute zu Gast SoftGames, die größte Publishing-Plattform ever für HTML5 und Instant Gaming. Wir haben da den Gründer, Alexander, und wir haben unseren gerade graduierten Attila am Start. Und die werden jetzt zu SoftGames euch was erzählen, zum HTML5 entwickeln und zu Instant Games. Und wenn ihr Fragen habt danach, na klar, dann stellt sie den beiden. Und damit ist es eure Bühne. Und danke, dass ihr da seid. Und
genau, cool.
Maximale Erfolge.
Danke dir, danke dir. Okay, I will switch in English now. I hope it's okay, because I think also that Attila understands what I'm talking about. Let's wait for the presentation, and then we can start. All right, cool. So yeah, I said I'm Alexander, SoftGames, founder of SoftGames. We do this since a while, and also Attila, who's now working at SoftGames as a game designer since a while. And we are here. We've split our presentation into two parts. So I will start with giving you a quick overview what is SoftGames, what we're doing, where we're coming from, and also where we're heading to actually. And then Attila is taking over and explaining a bit like how we're exactly working within our game studio actually. So yeah, who are we? SoftGames, we're one of the leading developers of messenger games on Facebook's instant games platform. And on the other side, we are also, that's our core business still, we are operating the world's largest HTML5 games platform. We have over 30 million users a month. We have built over the last couple of years like almost 500 games. Yeah, we are around 40 people. We're all based in Berlin from 17 nationalities, so doing pretty well, I would say. So okay, but where we are coming from, I mean, that's the most important part. Back in 2006, and what does it mean to do games for mobile phones in 2006? It means that. So I mean, we started when J2ME games was it called, have been like a really big business. And how was it actually, how we started? We basically worked together with ProSieben Sat.1, so like the whole TV station group actually. And what we did, we helped them to bring their famous TV shows onto mobile. So we got, I don't know, we made like Germany's Next Top Model probably. We made Sudoku for Galileo. We made clever and fancy, like, who remembers Lotta and Love? Somebody here? Not really, right? Was the most amazing show ever. So yeah, so we did this. So we basically, what the deal was like this. We built the games. We get the exclusive license rights or distribution rights. And then we basically take the ready game and bring them to the users. So 2006 or 7, 8, 9, how was this possible? And there was no app store, as you know it right now. The only chance to bring the games to the user was like through called carriers, so Vodafone or T-Online, or T-Mobile, through portals like Jamba, who remembers Jamba here. And the other thing was like, TV shows, like on air basically. So also like ProSieben or Sat.1 showed like little advertisement during the show, hey, download this fancy game, and we made money with this. It was a great time, actually. Over the time, basically, we've grown our presence from becoming just a pure developer into more publisher, I would say. So we went to a lot of developers out there and convinced them, hey, give us your games, and we will distribute them first in German-speaking market, then Europe, and later on was globally. And yeah, the team was growing. We had like 2 different development studios in Poland, a huge team here in Berlin, and then this happened. The iPhone basically happened. And everything what we built up over the last couple of years was basically obsolete because nobody was going anymore to the carrier to pay $4.99 for a game. They basically all went to the app stores and just got the content for free actually. So at this stage, we had to make a decision. Should we basically follow everybody else, like the EAs and the game lofts of the world, into the App Store, or should we go into a specific niche market, which was just coming up? Because the good thing what Steve Jobs did for us was basically to not allow Flash to run on this device. And this opened up a totally new world for us, actually, because then the fight was open. HTML5 versus Flash, and also later on HTML5 versus apps. HTML5 won the fight against the apps, against the Flash technology, but unfortunately against the apps. But anyways, basically what happened after Steve Jobs said this, that he will not allow ever to, that Flash runs on their devices. It's all the Flash game portals which have been out there and are still out there with millions and millions of users. They realized, okay, hey, in a few years, my user base will just run away. They will go into the app stores, and I do not have a chance to run my Flash games on these devices. So we realized, okay, hey, that's our chance. We should go into this direction, and we should, build or distribute HTML5 games. So we help basically all the Flash gaming portals to transform their business from purely desktop also to mobile. The good thing was back then the games were pretty simple. So it was very, very easy for us to jump into this new area, actually. So really low barrier to enter this market. So it was like one of the first games we actually licensed. The developer behind basically built 2 or 3 years later Flappy Bird. So you can see there was some potential behind these kind of developers. But anyway, so over the time, the games got more complex. It still looks like the shitty game, right? But what is the most amazing thing behind this? It was like a flipper game. And a flipper game requires a lot of RAM and this kind of stuff. And with all the shitty devices before, so Samsung S1, S2, it was not really even able to create this kind of flow of effects at the same time and so on and so on. Followed by another game. Afterwards was like, this one also looks very simple, but you had a lot of actions at the same time within this game. And also the graphic style got more and more, much better actually. And then it ended up, I stopped here at 2015 with, hey, 3D games were finally there. So that's basically also what's so possible. In 2017 or 2018, even much more is possible. I think Attila will later show on what we are currently working, or show what we're currently working on, to get an impression that basically what we had over the last, let's say here, 3 years at the beginning time, it was just a starting point actually for us. Another amazing thing why HTML5, so why we decided to go for HTML5, not for iOS or Android development, was on the other hand as well, that you do not need to download anything. Just tap and play, and you're instantly there in the game. Actually, you can share it with everybody. It's like super viral, and so on and so on. And also from a developer perspective, you do not have to ask anybody if you want to do an update or push the update to the users. You can just push it to live, and then it's available for everybody. So there's no dependency on any app store actually. And the most amazing thing you can see here, is that it's just truly cross-platform, and not only in terms of hardware, but also truly cross-platform in terms of distribution channels. So, I mean, the App Store is just one channel, the portals are another channel, but the most amazing thing is basically you can even run and launch games within other apps. Other apps like the messengers, which basically just came up 2 years ago, actually. And this actually, so that you can play games within the messenger, is really the next hot thing here. So it's already implemented in Telegram and implemented in Facebook Messenger. You can play games within WeChat and a lot of other messengers which are out there actually. From the user perspective, this is amazing because the user is basically playing exactly where he's talking about the game. Yeah, so he's just, I'm talking with Attila about, I don't know, fancy whatever game here, like 2020 Connect, for example. And he loves the game, and he's constantly ranking up the leaderboard, and I feel like, fuck, I need to do something, so I go there as well, and I start playing. So you don't have to convince me, hey, Alex, it's a cool game, go to the App Store, download this, and I have to wait for installation. Or I'm looking for a Wi-Fi because it's bigger than whatever, 100 MB. So this is not necessary at all there, and this makes it super amazing for the users. But also for the developers, actually, because you basically have the chance to reach a lot of users at just with one single implementation, actually. So how the user is accessing the game? There are different ways, so that's the cool thing. I mean, like the most common way is that you launch your messenger. I mean, you probably can do this now. Take your phone, open up the Facebook Messenger, and then you can basically click on this kind of little icon. It's on the bottom right, actually. And then you can access like a lot of games. So around 75 right now. Amazing, right? Another way is that you have a chat with somebody, and then you click on the little plus, and then this kind of in-chat menu is popping up, and then again, you can play here. Or if, for example, like somebody's playing one of the games, and he gets constantly notifications from the game that, hey, you should do something because you get just robbed by Roy. Oh my God, let's go back to the game and let's play here. So really convenient for the user, actually. And as I said, like for the user, for the developer, it's the most amazing chance he has ever had, actually, because you can basically access 1.3 billion users only on Facebook Messenger, plus billions of users on WeChat, on Kakao Talk, on Line, on Hike, and whatever is out there, actually. The opportunity is just massive, actually. And to explain to you how massive the opportunity is, I just basically bring also like an example here. So we recently launched Cookie Crush, this is our 4th game on Messenger. It basically, we had like 4 million unique players within just 30 days. And all what we had to do is just to launch it there. And we spent nothing for user acquisition. Imagine 4 million users on the App Store. What does it mean? It means a lot of dollars. I just calculated for US, iOS, and it was like around $14 million you would need. I mean, it's a nice thing, but I guess this is a little bit out of also even our budget, actually. Why is it so, why are instant games so big, right? So easy for a developer to basically reach these kind of big numbers, actually. One thing I can say it once again is like this kind of easy accessibility for the user, click and play. That's a cool thing. The other thing is like, the competition which is on the platform is super, super small. I mean, we're just competing with, I think it was like the beginning, so it's a starting point, November 2016. Now we have a few more companies, but still it's like 25, 30 companies maximum. But the most important thing is, the amount of games available on the platform. And this is just not more than 75 games so far. 75 games, 1.3 billion users means a lot of potential, I would say. Okay, so how is basically SoftGames working internally, actually? So how do we make the decision what kind of next game or idea we should launch? The good thing is we're doing this since a long, long time. So we basically tried out a lot of concepts so we can just use or reuse these kind of concepts. But also when it comes to new ideas, how are we going to do this? So we're basically, we're checking out the app stores, we're checking out like, what was successful in the past, or what kind of classics are there. Then basically we build prototypes, playable prototypes very, very fast. So like 4 to 6 weeks maximum. Then we launch them in our existing network. So we have 2,500 channels all over the world. So we just build this game, put our advertisement there, push it to the channels, and then we see what happens. Do people play or not? Do we make money with this or not? Do they come back or not? And then after a while, let's say again, 4 weeks maximum, we know, okay, from all these kind of games we have launched over the last couple of months or weeks or whatever, these are the most important or most promising ones, actually. And where we're going to launch them, it's I have some kind of examples for apps. So people built or just grabbed our 450 or 500 games, they just built them all together in an app and just launched them as a collection app somewhere, or they just add them in some kind of launcher or whatever. And I said as well, we're working together with portals, game portals who are betting our games as well. So we have like Fly with Rope here or Bicycling Race or I don't know what. So people click on this, they see sometimes an advertisement, and then they play the game, actually. So after, let's say 4 weeks, we actually know, okay, hey, what's working well. And then the next step comes, actually. We say, okay, hey, these are the proven winners. So we know these ones will become a hit. Then we just add some kind of specific meta layers to them. So like a progression layer. Cookie Crush, match 3, pretty easy, very simple concept, actually. So hey, let's build a level map there so that people do have some kind of progress. Next things, okay, hey, we're on a social environment, so let's add some social features. So I see my friends, I can compare with them, I can send them lives, these kind of typical things there. And last but not least, we just need also some kind of competition there, or cooperation. Yeah, so we can do some kind of leaderboards there. So before the level starts, you see, okay, hey, Mike had 100,000 points more than I had, so let's go back. And then we basically plug in every core gameplay you can basically imagine. So we test a bubble shooter, we see, okay, it works, okay, hey, let's put all these there. And that's a good thing. We call it basically our hit factory, actually. So because we are very, very sure that every single game we're gonna launch next couple of months and weeks basically has already proven within our network. So 30 million users cannot be wrong, let's say. And just adding some kind of layers, and then we're sure that this one will work. And how this exactly works, Attila will explain to you. And I'm happy to take questions afterwards. So thanks a lot for listening so far.
All right, is this working? Yeah. Recognize. How's the mic? Sure? Okay. All right, so you are... I also thought that. Yeah, let's change it. Okay, hello, better? All right. All right, so how many of you are game designers? And artists? Nice. Producers? One. And programmers? Cool, nice. All right. So my name is Attila. I'm a Games Academy graduate. I graduated last semester, so that's why some of you recognize me and I recognize you. That's great. So I'm a newcomer actually to the gaming industry in general. Previously I worked in the film and commercial industries as a freelancer, animator, storyboard artist, and concept developer. So I was doing a lot of freelance. Some of my projects include pitches for SpongeBob SquarePants. I also worked doing motion graphics for Greenpeace, Namati, and Stiftung Weltbevölkerung, Deutsche Stiftung Weltbevölkerung. Yeah. So currently my role as a junior game designer at SoftGames is to create user flows, storyboards, experience prototypes, and also production plans, and a little bit of product ownership responsibility as well. I've been a part of one major release so far, and that's Cookie Crush, but I've also done several smaller ones on our ad network. This here is sort of an image of the bulk of what I do, is sort of creating user experience flows with a program called Adobe Experience Designer. I wanted to show a demo at the end of this, but unfortunately we can't do it over the live stream, so I'll talk a little bit about this now. This is a really great tool that we like to use to directly experience what our users would experience in a live game. You have the ability to design the interface with snapping, and it's a very efficient tool. It's very fast, but also you can link your wireframes together and create animations, like how the Facebook Messenger chat comes up, for example, or how I'm going through flows from left to right. You can't really do any complex animations, but it's good enough to get the user to experience, or get us to experience it before the user does, and see if it's okay. I also dabble in a little bit of animation as well, creating visualizations of mechanics and features to help the developers I work with see and feel the expected result. This is super important, especially for working with external developers, which is much more common than working internally. So here's some examples of mechanics and features that I could quickly animate in Spine or in After Effects and send to my developer, and they know exactly what I mean. I don't have to create super complex paragraphs and paragraphs to describe it. I can just make an animation for it. But essentially, my day-to-day tasks are to create wireframes and feature boards like this. This is sort of more like technical wireframes for the developer on how a bubble shooter would work. So there's like input there, there's missions, how the missions should be, what the goals are, and also some constraints and restrictions to consider. Yeah, so like I said, I'm an alumni, so and one of the things that I missed while I was in school here is like true tips from alumni to give me a direction of how I should work. And so that's something I want to like add to this whole DevDay for you guys. And it might not be relevant for everyone here, but it could be for possibly designers and maybe even producers. So the topic I'd like to present today briefly is to give professional tips to designers in helping them work well in a team, to plan their project scope properly, and important tools, traits for success. How can you be different? How can you stand out from the crowd? So yeah, let's start. In essence, everyone is a game designer. You might have heard this before. And I think it's actually a pretty good attitude when you're working in a group. However, as a game designer, it's actually your job to be a game designer, like to actually create the design. So everyone is a game designer, yes, or so they think they are. Especially in the case that you as a game designer have a good idea, it is more often than not you will receive a huge influx of critique and new ideas and even judgments for your game. Yeah, everyone has an opinion and they want to make sure you hear it. So don't be discouraged. In a common situation like this, it is important to write these ideas down. Filter out the good ones and test them out before they are implemented. It is your job to see the systems that your game consists of and know what fits and what doesn't. Okay. Another point is in getting that first working position, that's like a huge doubt in a lot of people's minds, for everyone probably, here in school. So how can you be different? What makes you stand out as a designer? Do you have any special tools that you use? Any peculiar or strange prototyping methods or whatever? Is it something that could be useful to a company profile? Ask yourself these questions and work on those aspects of your work. Stay passionate about them and apply them any chance you get. Once you're familiar with the pipeline, the game theory, and the practical application of game development, you will be able to make your opinion heard in a company. Make solid arguments based on research and on data. Start using trial services for metrics and analytics like App Annie, Game Analytics, Think Gaming, and Sensor Tower. Those are really great websites and analytics tools that I use on a day-to-day basis just to see what the trends are, just to understand my demographic, who's playing certain kinds of games. Okay, so I think it's obvious to say that we are designing games for other players, But actually this is a special meaning to us than it does to anyone else. Game design in the early days of Jesse Schell was very experimental, and the methods of design were not very scientific, I guess you could say. The famous statement from big shot designers was, if you're in doubt, use your gut feeling. But today I believe we have enough tools and experiences to make more than just a gut feeling. We can make more objective decisions, I believe. Using metrics and analytics especially, tools like this are crucial. So it is becoming more and more valued for designers to have an in-depth understanding of their demographic, backed with data. Also, a common tool we like to use at SoftGames is A/B testing. Does anyone know what A/B testing is? No? So say, for example, you have a game that's live, and you want to test a new feature, but you're not sure that the user is going to like it or not. Then what you would do is you would create what's called an A/B test. So you would build basically the game with that new feature in it, and split those two builds amongst your user base. So you have A, how the game was before, and B, how the game would be with the new feature. And then you look at the data, you look at the analytics, you look at the metrics, and you can see, hey, actually more people are coming back on the second day because of this feature. Or more people are coming back on the seventh day. They're staying with the game. That's great. So then we can launch it. That's something that I didn't know when I was going to school here, so yeah. But yeah, understand your KPIs and understand the audience that you're designing for. That's the point. Excuse the really horrible graphic in this slide, but it made me think of Anjin's class with Sozialkunde, right? Has anyone had Sozialkunde? Okay. They're talking about how we communicate from word of mouth. It's like if I say tree, the other person can think any kind of other tree that I don't think in my head. So it's like, how can I communicate with more than just words? And I think that the visual representation is also quite important. But yeah, communication is key. Also, when it comes time to active development part, when you're in the job, what makes your project, what I think makes a successful project is communication. The simple answer is just that, I think. Think your ideas through, and when it comes time to presenting or pitching your idea, present your ideas as clearly as you can with images, references, research data, and try and present a train of thought. Share it with your team and get feedback for it. If there is any feedback that shows that there's a potential conflict in this train of thought that you're presenting, then address it right away. But what about the GDD? Also, your game documents should be interactive as much as possible. Use a table of contents that is linkable. Link relevant Excel sheets, balancing documents, mechanics visualizations, and prototypes directly into the document and wherever it can be important for your developer or for your artist to access. Documentation, I believe, should be visual, interactive, well written, and it should be enjoyable to use. Because most people think, oh, game document, that's boring. But what my goal is to make a game document that when my developer goes into it, they're like, oh, everything's clear, great. Sure, it takes more time, but I think it's worth it in the end. All right. Yeah, use your tools and learn new ones. Prototyping tools that I like to use, such as Experience Designer, Framer, and Construct, are essential to my workflow. Remember, there is no shortcut to experience. Any kind of tool that helps others feel the experience a bit closer to reality is a huge step for a designer. Being fluent in a tool is priceless. It can be the factor that gets you hired over someone else who just has a familiarity in a tool. Start using them whenever you can. and try and use it like at any chance that you get. Here is where I wanted to show a Framer demo, but I guess after the presentation, I'll present to you guys here in the room. If it's possible to put it on the live stream, cool, it is, great. Then those of you at home or in Frankfurt can also see it. Yeah, most importantly, sometimes our ideas are big. A great idea always starts with, wouldn't it be cool if? Wouldn't it be cool if we had our giant flying zombie bosses with lasers on horseback? But game development is a hugely complex endeavor in a team with many opinions on how a game should be. Make it your job to secure a reasonable scope, but push the limits, obviously, and in small steps. Learn to recognize what is absolutely necessary to put into a game and what not to. But again, it is good to explore. This is how great ideas happen. So keep yourself dreaming and imagine something new on each game that you create. This is what will keep you as a designer developing, and your games will catch the eyes of many. So that's all I want to present to you guys today. SoftGames has been a great place for me to develop these kinds of skills and put them into practice, what I just discussed with you. And so thanks for your attention. I left some recommended reading. Blood, Sweat, and Pixels is a great book. You should definitely read it. Also, Get in the Game, Careers in the Game Industry is a really great book to give you tips on interviews and assemble your CV and things like that. Also, I think it's a great, it's necessary for designers to read The Art of Game Design and Game Feel. But yeah, thanks so much for your attention.